Greetings to everyone. Today we come together to enrich the wisdom of the mind, to awaken the pure life element within us, formless, empty, clear, and radiant. May we come to realize that we have long been deluded by the body, by thoughts, emotions, and perceptions, clinging and identifying with them without ever truly awakening. I'm here to help spark that awakening. We each have a mind, yet few truly know it. Through seeking the way to understand this mind, realization dawned, a direct awakening to the truth that our real being is neither this body nor this voice. It was revealed that our true nature is the formless, luminous life element itself, merging seamlessly with the universal essence, ever present, unceasing. While speech and movement continue as before, there arises an inner clarity that all are distinct functions within one vast knowing. It is a knowing beyond language, a realization that this nature does not move, does not come or go, is neither born, nor can it ever be destroyed. It is the deathless element. What are we truly seeking? The genuine goal of all beings is to awaken to our original nature, to return home. Yet we have wandered far from home, striving endlessly in the pursuit of suffering, chasing what only deepens our restlessness. When we allow all conditioned things we cling to, body, thought, emotion, to simply perform their natural roles, we begin to glimpse the pure element within. We see that we are emptiness itself, clear, pure, eternal, the timeless source of all existence, the 0 point from which everything arises. In this zero, there is no distance, no time. Whatever appears as 1, 2, or 3, or even as -1 or -2, are but fabrications layered upon the original zero. Whenever we chase after knowledge or try to grasp truth through effort, we have already moved away from that center. The formless life element we already are is utterly still, peaceful, and free. In seeing this, we understand that all our struggles, competitions, and pursuits are but weariness born of forgetting who we truly are. What are we truly seeking in this life? Do we realize that all our seeking is in vain? It is like living within a dream. We struggle to obtain material things, to pursue pleasant emotions and avoid painful ones. We fight, compete, even harm one another, all within the dream. Yet we do not know it is a dream. Every time we dream, we take it seriously. But if we knew it was only a dream, we would move through it lightly, peacefully, without suffering over anything that appears. This is the truth I have come to realize. Some may call it liberation. Others may call it true freedom. Whatever name we give it, it is the same awakening. Once this realization dawns, nothing arises again. For within the pure element of life, nothing can truly be born. There is no sense of a self that owns or holds anything. Even as the voice speaks now, it no longer sees itself as a voice, nor as a body speaking. Everything continues functioning, yet from a knowing that is utterly free, not separated, yet without any division. In truth, there is nothing at all. Everything we believe to be ourselves, as human beings, even the sound you hear right now, cannot be proven to exist as a fixed self. Let us speak about life as we know it now. We begin with the belief that we are human beings, don't we? As long as that belief remains, we rely on reasoning, on what we repeatedly see, feel, and perceive, and we conclude that it is real. We believe because we have experienced it often enough to accept it as truth. But what do we depend on in order to believe something exists? For example, we believe this is our body. What supports that belief? Let's step outside for a clearer view. We believe this is a phone. What makes us certain that this object is indeed a phone? First, we can touch it. It has a physical form. That is the first condition, contact. Second, We see it with our eyes, hear its sound, feel it with our hands. These sensory processes form the logic that builds belief. We rely on sight and touch, and then on the mind that gives meaning. Through thought and naming, we assign value and form the belief, this is a phone. The word phone refers to a device we use for communication, speaking, messaging, sharing information in daily life. Without it, we could hardly contact people far away, especially those in other countries. We would have to meet face to face to communicate at all. And yet, when seen from a deeper knowing, even this phone, this body, and the world we move through are part of the same vast dream, appearing, functioning, and passing within the boundless, formless nature of life itself. In truth, communication is not limited to telephones alone. We use many forms of expression, devices, gestures, movements, sounds, even scents, to convey meaning. Animals communicate through smell. Humans use words, tone, facial expression, and writing or symbols to share thoughts. We rely on the body and the voice as our primary tools of communication, and on thought to interpret the messages we send and receive. As we continue to use body, voice, and thought together, we begin to give them importance, believing they are our tools, our personal telephones, that allow us to communicate both outwardly and inwardly. Yet whether communication happens through an external device, like a physical phone, or internally, through thought, inner voice, or perception, they are all merely instruments given by nature to connect us with the world around us. Have you noticed how completely we depend on these instruments until we come to believe that they truly exist, that they are real in themselves? For example, when we use a phone to talk to someone on the other side of the world, we see and hear them, and we believe it is real. We affirm with certainty that this person on the screen truly exists, that we are genuinely speaking face to face, that they are indeed our friend, parent, or relative. Yet all of it happens through a medium, through a device of transmission. Without this device, we could not see them at all. They would vanish from our awareness as if they never existed. If someone were to tell us that our relative lives at the North Pole, we might not believe it because we cannot verify it. We cannot prove it by sight or contact. Only when something can be proven do we allow ourselves to believe it. In the same way, I wish to lead you back to the pure element, to see that, beyond all these instruments of communication, there is nothing that truly belongs to us. Nothing is us or ours. If I were to tell you that in the ultimate truth there is no self at all, that all things you see and believe to exist have no real entity, could you believe it? In the past, I too believed that I was a human being living in this world, that everything was real, that this world truly existed. While speaking, I believed every word was real, every experience genuine. Until one day, by turning inward against the current of ignorance, awakening dawned. I saw clearly that nothing was truly me, that no self had ever existed. The moment truth revealed itself, everything I had believed to be me and mine shattered like an explosion. What I once called the mind, that which I thought was the true consciousness, dissolved completely. It was then that the genuine nature appeared, something entirely beyond what I had imagined. This pure, transparent, boundless essence, merging with the whole universe, was revealed to be what we truly are. When it became known, the realization arose. Ah, this is the original mind, the true life itself. Whether we call it mind or call it nothing at all, it is clear now what it is. This living, wordless nature that simply is. It is life itself, without form, beyond thought or language. Let me give an example. Imagine we have a relative named A who calls us from afar, saying he lives in a cold country where snow falls year-round. We see his image and hear his voice through the phone. We talk, laugh, and share feelings and memories. It all seems vividly real. The sound, the emotions, the familiar connection. Instantly, we believe without doubt that he truly exists there, that what we see and hear is real, all based on the tool of communication. But what if there were no phone, and only rumors that this relative lived at the North Pole? Without seeing him, without hearing his voice, or feeling his presence, would we still believe? Our belief would be weak, uncertain. Only when we can see, hear, and feel directly do we say we have proof, and then we believe completely. In the same way, our faith in the self and the world arises from the senses, from the tools of perception and communication that convey appearances to us. Yet all of these are like the signal on a phone, vivid, convincing, but not the true reality itself. When the line falls silent, the image disappears, and only the boundless stillness of pure awareness remains, the life that has never needed a name. Let us continue examining where our beliefs arise. We believe we are this body. Now let us test whether this body we call ours is truly ours. Do we realize that the body endures only a short while? If this body were to stop functioning and die right now, would we still believe it is our body? If it died in this very moment, there would arise a clear knowing at once that this body is not us. As of now, we believe this is our body. What do we rely on to hold that belief? We rely on feeling. We feel by touching, grasping an arm or a leg and sensing it. We rely on seeing. Sight arises by depending on the eye, and the eye is part of this very body. If we step back and ask how we know whether this body is us, we see that knowing comes through vision, and vision comes through the eyes, which belong to the body, meaning we must somehow be seeing from inside, and then looking out to see this body. Can you picture that? Speaking in simple terms, we say we see this body, but if we close our eyes, do we still see it? Here is where we investigate what our former belief depends upon. We see with our eyes, and so we believe. We also touch, and we speak and hear a voice. We see images, talk with sound, and sense emotions. Conversation sparks feelings, laughter, pleasure, and displeasure. So we feel that all of this is real. These are the components that make our belief feel complete. But if we close our eyes and no longer see the body, how do we know it is our body? How can we still believe? The belief immediately weakens. Imagine further. If the body actually dies, that belief disappears entirely. We would know with the whole heart that we are not human. If this body dies, we will know completely that this body is not ours, not us. Can you accept this possibility that if the mind were drawn out from the body, would the body still be ours? This is the truth that can be seen directly. It has never been the body that we are. Suppose we say, this arm is mine. We affirm it as ours, do we not? But if that arm were severed, fell into fire, and turned to ashes, just a small pile of grey dust on the ground, would we still call those ashes our arm? We would simply say, that is ash, not my arm. When we close our eyes and the body disappears from view, what tells us that it is our body? As we look closer, the belief begins to fade. Truly, if the mind were separated from the body, we would know with all our heart that this is not who we are. I am inviting you to return and see what your true nature really is, so that all suffering may dissolve. and this might be our final life, lived peacefully together in this world. Do you realize that we have come to dwell within this vessel for one purpose only, to awaken to the pure life element? We have not come for anything else. Eating, moving, breathing. These are merely means to sustain the body long enough for realization to occur. Yet once we have taken residence here, we become lost, clinging to the belief that this vessel is truly us. When something touches or harms it, anger arises, hatred arises, and violence follows. Even the very earth of this planet, which belongs to no one, has become a cause for killing and destruction. People rage, covet, and fight for land, though land belongs to no one. The air we breathe is not ours. The soil, water, trees, and all material elements are simply parts of nature, existing as they are. They are here to be used and shared, not possessed. Yet even this simple truth we cannot accept. We still cling tightly, saying, "My land, my house, my car." In the realm of convention, of course, we live by using such things. That is not the problem. The problem lies in the blindness that mistakes them for who we are, forgetting that all of it belongs only to nature, and that we have merely come to awaken within it. Imagine entering a dream world. In that dream, nothing is truly real, yet inside it everything feels real. Our home, our car, our parents, our children, our friends. We study, work, earn money, and live as though all of it truly exists. But do we realize that it is only a dream? When we awaken, we see that none of it ever existed. Waking from the dream brings a different kind of knowing, a knowing beyond the dream, free from it entirely. This knowing sees clearly that it was never part of the dream at all. The knowledge within the dream is the knowledge of appearances. It includes good and bad people, men and women, houses, wealth, conflict, and war. It feels utterly real. There are names, ages, nations, and countless beings, the elements of earth, water, air, and fire. Everything appears real within the dream, yet real only in that realm. When awakening comes, all of it dissolves. In the awakened reality, none of those dream stories are true. Not birth, not old age, not pain or death. In the dream, there is sorrow and separation. Parents die, loved ones die, the home burns down, possessions are lost. We grieve, cry, and suffer as if our hearts will break. It feels completely real, the deepest sorrow imaginable. But when we wake up, we realize it was never real. The death was not real. The grief was not real. The loss was not real. The burning house, the car, the parents, the children, none of them ever truly existed. Upon awakening, this becomes clear. Such is the wisdom of awakening, to see that what once appeared real was only a dream. When one awakens and knows this truth, compassion naturally arises. We wish to return to the dream, not to be trapped again, but to help others awaken. Yet to speak to those still dreaming, we must enter the dream once more, speaking their language, saying gently, "You are dreaming." None of this is truly real. That is the way of one who has awakened, to walk within the dream, but no longer be deceived by it. Everything we see in this world, none of it truly exists. Nothing is us, and nothing belongs to us. So do not harm one another. Do not hate, argue, or grieve. Why suffer when there is truly nothing here? Even this body that we call our own is not real. Whoever can see with the heart, truly see and accept this with the whole heart, will awaken as if startled from a deep dream. In that awakening, one understands that everything is unreal. Yet while still in the dream of the world, we continue to live as usual, working, caring for family, laughing, loving, and doing our best. When our parents grow old and frail, we care for them tenderly. When they pass away, we hold funerals, and tears are shed by relatives and friends. Even we ourselves may feel sorrow at separation, for within the dream, we must move as though it is all real. We may cry, we may feel loss, but deep inside, we know that nothing here truly exists. In the dream, we still must play our roles, yet within, we remain awake. We enter the dream again, only to tell others, do not suffer, it is only like this. Bodies in this dream world are born, grow old, fall ill, and die. That is their nature. Some weep in unbearable loss, unable to accept what has passed, not realizing that these are but dream events. It is time to awaken. What we once believed to be real, none of it is. As I've said before, if the mind is drawn out from the body, you will see clearly that this body is not you. Even this world is not truly yours. The earth is not your earth, the house not your house, the car not your car. Nothing in this world belongs to anyone. We have struggled our entire lives to chase after paper called money. But when the mind departs from the body, we will know how empty it all was. What were we striving for? What did we truly want? When this body dies, if the pure life element, the clear, radiant awareness, still lacks wisdom, still has not realized its own true nature, it will wander on, seeking a new form, a new body, to learn once again. We dwell in this vessel, use thought and language as tools, only to discover that we are the pure life element, that all things are not us and not ours. The moment this realization is complete, the cycle ends. We will no longer be born again, because we have awakened from the dream. And even as we step once more into this dream world, we come only to whisper to all beings, do not cling, do not grieve. See clearly, nothing here truly exists. Nothing is us. Nothing is ours. There is in truth no thing at all. No matter how much goodness or virtue we accumulate in this world, once we awaken, we will see that none of it truly exists. Some people make mistakes, commit crimes, and are caught, imprisoned, or condemned by society, branded as evil, rejected, and punished. Others are praised as good, respected, and free. Yet all of this unfolds within the same dream. Whether one is called good or bad, honored or despised, it all remains part of the dream world. When one begins to hear, truly hear, that nothing we call me or mine actually exists, something inside begins to stir. We start to awaken. The more we see that there is nothing to possess, nothing to defend, the more we long to wake from the dream. We stop suffering over appearances and begin to live gently, peacefully, with one shared purpose, to awaken. Imagine a world where everyone holds the same intention, not to chase pleasure, power, or wealth, but to awaken. If everyone had that single goal, to awaken, the dream world would be filled with peace. But as long as our goals are to strive, to acquire, to build and defend, to have wealth, status, the perfect family, the biggest house, the most power, we remain trapped in the dream. Driven by fear and desire, humanity creates weapons, wars, and destruction, believing it will bring safety or happiness, yet it only deepens the dream. Within this restless cycle, beings die and are born again, in new forms, new bodies, still dreaming. Some become humans again, some take birth as other creatures, all circling endlessly within the same illusion, because their goal remains the same: to seek comfort, to escape pain, to build and possess. Whether they perform good deeds or bad, are praised or condemned, it all ends the same way: death, rebirth, and another turn of the dream. For ages, this has continued without awakening. Few ever pause to question, what is all this for? No one has come to truly shake the dreamers and say, "Wake up. All of this is only a dream." Yet that is what must be done, to remind each other, gently but firmly, that our only real purpose is to awaken. Only then does the dream dissolve, and the true life, the pure, timeless nature within, stand revealed. We must awaken, truly awaken, and understand the truth. Everything we are now experiencing is part of a dream. But people often ask, how can this be a dream? I work hard every day. I struggle to make a living. I have responsibilities, a family to feed. How can you say this isn't real? I'm awake already. I'm not sleeping. Yet as long as we continue to hold the belief that all of this is real, that we are truly human, that we must study, work, and strive, we remain caught in the dream without end. If, however, even one person sets their goal to awaken, because someone who has already awakened tells them that awakening is possible, that it is complete freedom, beyond all stories and all suffering, then a new way opens. In the awakened vision, there is no more struggle, no more hatred or harm. All live together peacefully, without greed or fear. The awakened ones tell us, when you awaken, the dream no longer binds you. You can live within it, but no longer suffer from it. If everyone shared this same aim, to awaken, there would be no evil people, no conflict, no violence. Everyone would live together gently, speaking only of awakening and understanding. Imagine such a world, where people talk not about wealth or power, but about awakening. Those who have awakened would remind others, everything in this dream world is not truly real. Live your life, but do not cling to it as truth. Work, earn, and eat. That is enough. Build and develop, but do not harm or hate. Share what you have, knowing it is all part of the dream. To awaken, one must see clearly and allow all of nature to function as it does, to see that this body was born to age, to die, and to return to elements. It has never been ours. When this truth is seen, life becomes simple. One meal a day is enough to sustain the body. Even 2 or 3 are fine, but the endless striving softens. A modest home that shelters from the elements is sufficient. Why desire a mansion worth millions? When the goal changes, when we live not to possess, but to awaken, the entire world begins to awaken with us. If everyone held this same goal, the goal to awaken, each person would naturally know what is right and what is not. The awakened sages have told us, everything we believe to truly exist does not. This body, for instance, was born only to decay and die. Can we accept this simple truth? Care for it, feed it once a day, and it will survive. Live peacefully, speak kindly, smile, and share with one another. But do not cling to the illusion that any of it truly exists. Even the instruments of communication we use, not only the body, but also the voice speaking right now, are not real. This voice is not our voice. It speaks by itself, just as thoughts arise by themselves. Within the mind, words and images appear continually. We imagine a tiger, an elephant, a horse, a child learning to ride, or our parents. Instantly, the mind projects an image. These inner visions, the voice, the thoughts, all of them are natural processes, not us. The body is nature, the voice is nature, the thought is nature. We are merely here to observe and understand them, to awaken. So do not suffer, and do not cling to these instruments. When we simply observe that the speaking voice is just another natural tool, performing its function, that it thinks and speaks by itself, a deep clarity arises. The body is a tool, the voice is a tool, thoughts and emotions are tools. Happiness arises for a while and fades. Sorrow arises and fades. Calm arises and fades. Every feeling, whether joy or pain, is only a natural event passing through awareness. When this is truly seen, clinging falls away and awakening begins. This is the wisdom the awakened ones came to share, because they have already awakened. When I came to see this clearly, my heart cried out, "What are human beings so lost in?" That is why I began recording these teachings, to speak of awakening and the knowing of the mind. This is the one knowledge that every human being must come to understand, for only through this realization will we awaken, even while living within the dream. Yet most people still struggle, still chase after survival and comfort. Many do not wish to awaken. They want to keep striving, to earn, to build, to quarrel, to compete, to possess. They continue to fight over land, wealth, homes, and power, unable to accept that all of it is only a dream. For those who begin to sense, even faintly, that all this is not real, that death itself is not the end, but only another illusion, a question arises. How can one stop being born again? The answer lies in awakening. When one realizes how to awaken, the cycle ends completely. That is why I speak within this dream world, to point out that the voice you hear and the body you inhabit are only instruments of communication, means through which awakening can happen. This voice is merely nature expressing itself. It thinks by itself. It speaks by itself, whether inwardly as thoughts or outwardly as sound. The inner voice that keeps speaking is not you. See it clearly as just nature doing its work. Do not cling to it, and awakening will dawn. Simply observe. The voice thinks by itself. The body moves by itself. Feelings arise and fade by themselves. Joy, irritation, satisfaction, boredom, all come and go on their own. Memory remembers and forgets by itself. Everything operates naturally. And the one who knows, the awareness hearing these words now, also functions by itself. It hears without effort, sees without intention, smells, tastes, and touches naturally. It simply knows. Whoever truly sees this will realize with a shock of clarity, there is no me. In that instant, awakening happens. The entire dream dissolves. What was once taken as real is seen as an illusion, and the belief in self collapses completely. I once believed, as you do, that I was a human being living in this world, feeling joy and anger, striving and competing for survival. But through investigation, I saw it was not so. When I closed my eyes, where was the body? I could not see it. I only thought of it, imagined it, called it mine. The mind created an image and a voice that claimed, "This is my body." But in truth, all of it, body, thought, and voice, were only tools of nature, performing their roles within the dream. When this is seen, the dream begins to end. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, where is the body? When the eyes are closed, you may say, I can still feel it. I feel myself here. You rely on this feeling and on the voice that speaks to affirm your existence. But what if you stop relying on that voice? Imagine closing your eyes and letting go of all thought. Not even a trace of it remains. There is no voice, no image in the mind, no emotion, no memory, not even the sense of knowing. When all of that is gone, what remains? What remains is the clear, empty, pure life element. That is what we truly are. This is what happens in deep sleep. When we sleep deeply, all sights, sounds, memories, emotions, and sensations vanish completely. Yet life remains. The body still breathes, still functions peacefully. Nothing is missing, except awareness of it. In that deep stillness, life continues, but without any form. So where is the self at that moment? It cannot be found. There is only life, formless, silent, pure. That formless life is what we truly are. Have you ever asked yourself, where am I during deep sleep? When you first begin to awaken, before any thought appears, there is only life, a silent knowing, without words, without identity. It is not yet wisdom, it is simply being. Deep sleep itself does not give wisdom, but it reveals something important. We are not this body, not this voice, not the images or feelings or thoughts. All of these vanish in sleep, yet life remains. Only life, clear and untouched. Then, as we start to wake, thought begins to stir. Memory returns. Eyes open. Sounds reappear. The alarm clock beeping. The light of dawn. The mind says, "It's 4 o'clock. I'll sleep a little longer." Instantly, the inner voice resumes. The world takes form again, and belief returns. Yes, it's really 4 o'clock. It's really Monday. But the truth remains unseen, that everything which feels so real is merely arising within that same formless life. The pure awareness that never sleeps, never dies, and has never belonged to anyone. The moment we wake up from deep sleep, we immediately give meaning. Today is Monday the 7th. It's 4 a.m. Time to get up for work. The thoughts arise automatically. I must go to work. I must get ready. I must live this human life. Instantly, it forgets its true nature as the pure life element and begins to identify again with the tools of communication, the body, the voice, the thoughts. It believes once more, I am this human being. If the body were to die at that moment, the instant it opened its eyes and thought, it's 4 a.m., and the body stopped breathing, do you know what would happen? The life element would immediately move to find a new body, just as easily as waking from one dream into another. It would take on a new form, begin a new existence, start the cycle again, to live, to eat, to work, to die. And again, upon death, it would seek another vessel. This is how the cycle continues, birth after birth, because we keep identifying with what we merely borrow for a while. But when it is clearly seen that there is no self, no true owner of any of these things, everything changes. The voice that speaks, it speaks by itself. You cannot command it not to think. It will continue thinking, forming ideas, opinions, and emotions, joy, sorrow, indifference, satisfaction, or anger, all by its own natural movement. Memory remembers and forgets on its own. Awareness perceives by its own nature. All of it functions without a self behind it. When I saw this truth for myself, I began to observe deeply within. I asked, who is this voice that keeps speaking? This voice gives meaning to everything, saying, this is the body, this is my mother, this is my hand. But when I looked closer, I realized that all of it was just that same voice, interpreting sensations and images. When my mother passed away, I touched her arm, and the voice said, this is mother. Yet what was truly there? Only the feeling of coolness on the skin, nothing more. The body that once moved no longer responded, and the word mother was only a sound within the mind, followed by images and memories. I began to see that what I called mother was born from that inner voice, the same voice that labels everything. This is a lemon tree. This is my arm. This is my leg. But the tree itself does not speak its name. The arm does not say, I am an arm. The voice says it. The thought says it. When this was seen, everything shattered open. The realization arose with immense clarity. Then where is this me that I've believed in all along? And in that instant, all meaning collapsed back into silence. The silence of the pure life element, vast, empty, and free from the voice that once claimed everything as I, and mine. So this voice, is it truly the one creating all the stories? And then, who is it that knows? Who is hearing this voice right now? Who is smelling, seeing, feeling? Could it be that all of it knows by itself? When I began to observe closely, I saw that emotions appear and disappear on their own, arising, dissolving, arising again, all by their own nature. Perception functions by itself. When I saw this clearly, life became light and free. Everything was easier. There was no suffering left in anything. Seeing others suffer, I would think, why suffer? Suffering isn't real. It is only an appearance that arises and fades. Thought gives meaning to everything. When things go as thought desires, happiness arises. When they don't, sorrow appears. But once you see that thought is not your thought, that it thinks by itself, emotions lose their weight. Joy, sadness, anger, and contentment all become hollow ripples, appearing and passing on their own. It feels as if you've stepped out of them entirely, light and unbound. At first, it's not full liberation, but a deep understanding that grows clearer each day. I want to tell you, if you listen and look sincerely, it doesn't take long. Suddenly, the pure life element within you bursts open, and you see directly, we are the pure element itself. From that moment, there is no more suffering, and life begins to change. I once lived caught in anger, conflict, and endless striving, gossiping, chasing after gain and loss. But once this understanding dawned, I became a completely different person, peaceful, smiling, without anger, without hatred. Life became bright, simple, and harmonious. The world itself seemed to soften. Conflicts, struggles, even violence began to lose their hold. When the mind sees that thoughts, emotions, and perceptions all function naturally, understanding deepens on its own. Understanding, understanding, until finally there is an inner explosion of clarity. The mind completely lets go of all fabrication, thought, feeling, perception, and what remains is light, vast, and boundless. The old belief, I am human, dissolves. What is seen instead is the pure life element, empty, clear, and radiant, merging with the entire universe. It has no form, no voice, no image, no emotion. It is a pure being that neither arises nor ceases. Even now, it simply is. There is no sense of speaking or hearing, only the natural stillness that encompasses all things. This is the ultimate purpose of our journey, to realize the pure element already within us, the mind free of all suffering, beyond birth and death. When this truth is realized, there is nothing more to become. This is the final life. May all who sincerely incline their hearts toward liberation come to know directly the empty, clear, and radiant life element within, swiftly and completely. If you're interested in these teachings on awakening, mind observation, and transcending suffering through wisdom, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments, provide productive feedback, and if you find this content valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.